Good morning, everybody. And by everybody, I mean Mahesh and Alien Head. Glad to have both you guys in here. I'm here, but not really here. I'm in Quebec. Let's just say things are interesting. Interesting that things are interesting, Alien Head. I'm glad you're in here, but I would also like you to be in here if you were in here. Morning, bros. Let's get that money. Jeffrey, let's get it, man. And, yeah, very, very negative day in the market today. Both stocks and cryptocurrency falling pretty heavy. We've got AMC in the top left-hand side of the screen sitting at $2.89. It is down 2% on the day today. GameStop sitting at 22. Dude, an Alien Head travels all around the world, man. Dude's in Quebec today, New York tomorrow, London. Like, dude travels a lot. GameStop sitting at $1.09. That would be crazy. GameStop sitting at $22.39, 1.09% higher on the day today. Shiba Inu Coin $13.23, down 4% today. Bitcoin sitting at 84,000, down 3.2% today. You've got the NASDAQ getting blasdacted 2%, 2.17% today. 17,417 points per coin. You've got Solana down to 129. Dogecoin sitting at 18 cents. Shiba Inu Coin 13 points per coin, 1,300 points per coin. Ethereum sitting at 1873, a 6.30% loss in Ethereum, man. Bitcoin sitting at $84,000. You've got the SPY sitting at 558. QQQ 471, down 2%, man. Molinado all-time low, 12 cents. This dude, man, somebody put this dude in prison. I mean it. Before this guy just robs everybody that is out there. This is nuts. 22% loss on the day for Molinado today. And you can't blame it on shareholders, right? You can't blame it on shareholders. Like, this is more than just shareholders selling off. This is blatant robbery from the CEO. Sundial sitting at $1.47. Netflix $936. Tesla down to $263. Amazon back down below $200 to $193, losing 3% on the day today, almost 4%. 2% decline in Apple, $219 per share, and a 10% decline in stocks will bring it down back to $16.13. A devastating day in the stock market and in the cryptocurrency market. Very, very difficult, man. And I know it's going to recover, but truly, man, I cannot understand the fear. Holy crap. It bothers me so much that people are so blindly misled, man. It's crazy, dude. Well, we're going to watch Bitcoin nonetheless on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. We'll look at some cryptocurrencies, look at some stocks, whatever you guys want to look at. Hey, we'll take Friday off and go enjoy our weekend if you guys want to do that as well. Just let me know, because it is a difficult day. Clay, got some news. I want to hear it, Alien Head. I want to hear it. I want to hear it now. Still waiting for Bitcoin to 70,000. Caleb. Yeah, I actually thought that Bitcoin was going to begin its recovery. Let me see. Where are my moving averages on BitUnix? Exponential moving average is what I want. No. No. Can I get... Is it just moving average? There it is. No, I want a 200. 200 day. Style. Yeah, you guys can see that. Probably see that a little bit better. Yeah, 200 day. Bitcoin is back down below the 200-day exponential moving average today. You guys can see that right here. Bitcoin falling back down below. If I put a 50-day exponential moving average on here, I don't even know if I can. Can I? Yeah. Get another one on there. 50-day. Style. Yeah. We'll go pink. That's cool. Yeah. No, I'll go yellow. It's easier to see. Cool, 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 cool. Bitcoin over the last couple of days, guys, bouncing in between the 200-day as support and the 50-day as resistance, and unfortunately has fallen heavily down through that 200-day exponential moving average. I don't know if we're going to end up with another day like this, where we're dropping all the way back down to $80,000 today, or what the deal is going to be, but it is a negative day nonetheless. Bitcoin coming back down heavy through that 200-day exponential moving average support. It might be on its way back down. I don't know how far back this goes here, but if not far enough from where I want it to go. But next major support on Bitcoin is that $70,000 level that you're talking about in the chat right there, and Bitcoin could be on its way back down. I mean, I don't know. At this point, it is wild to me how fearful people are. But if you look at Webull here, Bitcoin daily, let's look at a full chart here. Bitcoin on the, let's go weekly. Bitcoin on the weekly has performed phenomenally since 2023, bouncing off these end of 2022 year lows around $15,000 to $18,000, bouncing up nicely. But if you look at the long-term gains since Bitcoin really made a name for itself in 2017, Bitcoin has followed this trend line right here. Coming up, ripping off of it, bouncing back down. Coming back up, following this trend line right here. I don't think, so historically speaking, Bitcoin should not fall back down to this level. But this is the long-term trend line for Bitcoin right here. Do I think that we come back down to $30,000? No. But do I think that people are afraid enough right now to drop Bitcoin back down to $30,000? Yes. I truly do. People are making literally no sense right now. So to say that it doesn't make sense for Bitcoin to drop back down to 30,000, it doesn't. But people are living in a world where nothing makes sense. They've lost all of their minds. So therefore, I don't doubt that it's a possibility, knowing that it's the longer term trend right here, and it may take another several months to get back down there. But dude, I'm not cutting off with $70,000 either. I think that this trend line can be hit. 70,000 is a definite possibility. So I'm ready for anything, man. But the crypto that I own, I will slowly continue averaging in to other coins. I will just let the views right now are devastatingly low on the YouTube videos. It is very, very difficult to, produce all of this content, and then nobody wants to watch it simply because they're afraid. I know they'll return when prices are moving higher and things are looking good. I know they'll be back for that. But, man, it is very, very tough right now. We got Moji. Thank you very much for the member chat. Moji says, another milestone. Yeah, 40 months, baby, with a... Thank you very much, Moji. 40 months of bro, and he's got himself a king turkey. My birthday is tomorrow. Gonna be 42 years old. You guys know what to do. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear old rounder. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, old rounder. Obviously, I'm not going to be live tomorrow, but I do hope you have the best birthday ever, man. And thanks very much for being in here, dude. Let's see. Mullen and Lucid have the same problem. Bad CEOs. Yeah, I don't know too much about Lucid's graph, man. But, yeah, it is. Mullen is ridiculous. Yeah, Alien Head. Actually, I'm doing a video on BlockTag later today. So, I don't know if the video will come out today, if it'll come out tomorrow, or what. But, yes, I'm doing a video on it. Alien Head. Dead serious. Let me know. Is there anything that I should be highlighting in this video? If there's anything specific that you think that I should be focused on, I will gladly keep it in mind as I'm doing the video. Also, in the AHI news, BlockTag will be launching by October this year. Very nice, man. Gonna be making some good money then. And the news of Jasmine is getting delisted on Binance. Todd, I actually do not know, man. I do not know. I've lost interest in checking my crypto portfolio. Hopefully we get the rally started by April 20th like I expect. See, the thing is, like, I don't check my actual portfolio. I don't check my wallets too often unless I'm adding a position. But, unfortunately, I look at all of these prices, right? And it's unfortunate for me, right? I know how much that I have, so that if I see that, you know, Trump is down 10%, I'm like, dear God, that's a 10% loss. And then I know, like, I know what my balance is. You know, I look at Mother, it's down 10%. I look at Wall Street Pepe, it's down another 10%. I look at Bitcoin, it's down 5%. You know, it is terrible, dude, that I look at all of these prices essentially all day long, doing videos and everything else. So I'm not necessarily looking at my portfolio and the dollar amount, but I kind of have to make an active decision not to do the math in my head on what my positions are down to. Because it's terrible, dude. It really is. Let's see. I'm thinking 66. Caleb, not an impossibility, man. 66 is the election week low. Would not be impossible to reach that level. Historically speaking, we've never fallen back down below that level, but, you know, hey, man, history can be broken, right? Patience has never been more valuable than it is right now. I agree. Happy birthday, King Turkey style, for the square, dude. Happy birthday to Old Rounder, King Turkey style, from Moji. And Moji, man, thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Gosh, dude, it actually feels good to get a super chat. I haven't had super chats in a very long time. And I do appreciate that very much, Moji. And hopefully Old Rounder appreciates the happy birthday as well, because I will tell you, there's probably nowhere else on the internet or in this world where somebody will sing you happy birthday in the form of a king turkey. They just don't even know how to do it, man. They don't even know how to do it. SHIB, today's my wife's, taking her on a lunch date. Well, happy birthday to your wife, too. Jason, clip this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason's wife. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jason's wife. I hope you have the best day ever. What's up, man? Disclosure Crypto. What's going on? How you doing? Really hoping for it to get lower. Ready to buy. How much lower, though, Giovanni? So much lower that people begin to panic sell, because I feel like they are panic selling already. Where are we at in terms of fear? 33? Yeah, it's unfortunate because this only updates like twice a day, and I don't know what time of day it updates here. But I can guarantee you this is going to drop below 33 today. I don't doubt that we're back into the red. I really don't. I don't doubt that we go back into the red. But very tough day for the market. Bitcoin down in the 83s now. Bitcoin back down into the 83s at the moment, which is a very, very tough decline. Actually, it was down a little bit. Man, 83.6 a minute ago. Now it's back up to 83.9. But tough nonetheless, and it's going to cause a lot of fear, a lot of panic. I don't want people to panic, man. But it's crazy how afraid they are. I don't think they're even afraid of tariffs. I think that they're literally afraid because they're being told to be afraid. Like, they're being told to be afraid, so that's why they're afraid. It doesn't make any sense. Usually if somebody tells me to be something or somebody tells me to do something, I want to do the exact opposite. And they're telling everybody to be afraid right now, and for some reason they're listening. Let's see. It could look at Map M's backed by Meteora, buddy. Well, yeah, disclosure. Is the name of the crypto Map M? Thank you, Clay. I will show her. Jason, thank you for being awesome. Let's see. Map M. I gotta be looking at the wrong one here, man. Disclosure. No, this has to be incorrect. If you want me to look at like a specific crypto, and this is definitely gonna be wrong, send me the contract address if you can. Because I don't think that's gonna be right. I just don't. But yeah, man, it is a tough day in the overall market. I don't know. I guess if you're ready to buy, these prices are getting pretty good now. Once again, $129 Solana. You can clearly see everything's down. The overall market cap's down 4.37% today. We know that things... Oh, you guys can't even see this. My gosh, dude. It's a lot easier when I'm on vertical view because you can always see the Chrome tab and you can always see the Webull tab too. I gotta remember to click back and forth between them when I'm on horizontal view. But, yeah, dude. You know, you're looking here. Now Bitcoin's starting to come down on the week. It was green on the week a minute ago. Things are starting to lose on the weekly graph now, which is very tough to see. But very, very difficult day today. Go down in the middle column. You can see that almost everything is red. And meme coins are among the hardest hit. You can see the overall market loss today is 4%. But if you come out to meme coins, you can see that meme coins over the last 24 hours are down about 8%. So what that means to me, okay, is that, yes, it's the entire market that is getting hit the hardest, or getting hit, but the riskier assets are getting hit even harder. So, you know, your major altcoins and Bitcoin down 4% today. Your meme coins are down 8% on average today. When people are fearful, they move away from the risk as much as they can. They're unwilling to buy it. They're unwilling to hold it. And they are willing to sell it. It is absolutely tragic. Let's see. Thank you, Clay. We'll show her. So tariffs are in effect tomorrow, right? I actually don't know the exact date. I don't know. So if anybody knows the answer to that, please let Giovanni know. You come here, baby girl. You come here. You come sit with me. Come on. Yeah, you come sit with me. There's my girl right there. Come on. Right here. Right here. Yeah. 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 Come on, good girl. Come on, good girl. This little girl right here, she's not scared of anything, man. She's not afraid of the tariffs, are you? No. You're not afraid of tariffs. You don't care if they start tomorrow. Right. So, good girl. She's not scared of nothing. She said just buy more. Buy more. April 1st on the 2nd. All right. So over the next couple of days, they're going to be kicking in. April 1st, April 2nd. Hello, everybody. What's going on, Pudgy? Oh, okay. The 2nd. Thank you, Jason. 2nd or the 1st is that why it's being called Liberation Day? Is that why it's being called Kimo? 2nd. Is that why it's being called Liberation? 2nd. Moji, you're wrong, man. It's the 2nd. Moji thought he was right, but it's the 2nd. So is that what this Liberation Day is about? The tariffs are kicking in? And we're finally putting America first? Is that what the idea is? And that's so terrible. It's such a tragedy to want to do that. To want to try something different. Man, I got a cat hair or something in my nose. And it itches like crazy. Yeah. Oh, you're going to press all the buttons. Yeah, you're going to get me in trouble. You're going to lock my computer up or something. Let's not do that. Bro, if the tariffs are a giant troll for April Fool's Day, that would be hilarious. That would be funny, man. Oh, God. Now, if the tariffs were a giant troll for April Fool's Day, and he said, nah, you know what, we're gonna work on something, would people, because people right now, right, they hate the tariffs, they're crying, they're losing their minds, they think that they're all gonna die. If they found out that it was some sort of an April Fool's joke, or they went back on these tariffs ideas, here's the thing that I almost know would happen. right? Instead of being happy, instead of saying, oh yeah, no tariffs, now it's good, we could be unfearful again, they would spin that story to say that, you know, the president of the United States can't make a decision, he's vacillating, he realized his economic policies are terrible, he's still going to drive us down into the ground. Dude, it would not result, in my opinion, it would not result in good news, and it would not result in a reduction of fear. Because as soon as you essentially give these people what they want, they're going to realize they didn't want it, and they're going to cause just as many problems. So I don't know if there's a situation where we win unless we just ignore all of the emotion and all of the nonsense. Liberation Day, April 2nd. Gotcha. If your nose itches, itch. What? If your nose itches, I itches, means someone wants to kiss you. Well, I've never heard if your nose itches that it means... My nose itches a lot, dude. And I thought it was allergies from the cat. So, dang it. Looks like people wanting to kiss me, Kimmo, all the time. My nose does itch quite often. All right, who is it? Who is it? It's probably got to be Moji, right? It's probably got to be Moji. Oh, jeez. Somebody out there. Maybe it's the cat. Maybe it's the cat that wants to kiss me. Let's see. It would cause absolute chaos. Yes, it would. And probably not in a good way, Gorilla. No, it's auto industry. I know it's the auto industry tariffs. So it could go lower throughout the weekend. Yeah, Giovanni. Oh. If my nose itches, it's probably this kitty right here. If my nose itches, it's probably this kitty. Right? Yeah. Because I just got the baddest cat allergies, but I got the most loving cat in the entire world. How would I get such an affectionate cat with such bad cat allergies? I don't know. I don't know how it happens. I got the best cat in the whole world, but I got the worst allergies in the whole world, don't I? Yeah, I do. I do. I got the best cat in the whole world, but I got the worst allergies. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you're the best cat in the whole world, you know that? You're my baby girl. You are. You're my baby girl. Not getting in line. Moji, you're first and only in line, man. Can you guys hear this cat? Can you hear that? Yeah, you're my baby girl. You are. You're the best baby girl out there. Wait, rumors are out there that Russia is planning on using crypto for BRICS. Sounds like planning on using XRP. What do you think, and how do you think it'll affect the price? Well, let's just assume, right? Let's just assume that they are going to use XRP. I doubt that they would. I think that they would create their own central bank digital currency, and they would create something that they can control before they would use another blockchain or another cryptocurrency. I cannot see the countries giving up their fiat control. I just can't see that. So let's just be under the assumption for this exercise here that they are using XRP. It should dramatically increase the price. Why? Not necessarily because of its use, okay? I believe every person on Earth could use XRP, and every person on Earth could transact in XRP, but as long as they're utilizing XRP for its purpose, right? Transferring money. We still have fiat, we still have all of this other stuff. If they're just using XRP for transfers, I don't think that increases the price at all, okay? There's no need for a price increase there. I can go out, I can buy $100, I can send you the $100, and you can immediately cash out that $100 for your fiat. So I don't think it's necessarily just the use that increases price, but the idea behind it, right? If Russia decides to use it, now it is very important it's not viewed as some sort of speculative bad. I mean, with Russia using it, people might try to spin that in a negative way. Oh, Russia's terrible. North Korea is terrible. If they want to use XRP, XRP must be terrible because these countries are terrible. Like, they could go that narrative. But if countries are willing to use it, especially if BRIC countries are willing to use it, then to me, it is very likely to legitimize it in a way that people will want to buy it. But just the utility, you could buy and sell and transfer a billion times a day. And as long as every buy is met by an equal sell, it's not going to increase the price. You've got to give people a reason to hold it. You've got to give people a reason to think that it's going to maintain its value or go up in value. And if they're unwilling to hold it, if it's simply utility and buying and selling, it's not going to have a positive effect on the price. It won't have a negative effect on the price. It's going to be net zero. But don't they have to buy and own a lot for multiple uses? Why? Why would they have to? And this is the same thing I go through with my dad, right? He asks the same questions. He's got a lot of XRP. He's got more XRP than I do. And everybody online is telling you that, yes, they have to buy major amounts of the supply to use it. And I simply ask why, right? And then nobody can answer the why. Why would you need to own it if you're going to use it? I could go out right now, right? If I wanted to use XRP, and I'm one person, so it might be a bad example compared to a million people wanting to do it. But if I wanted to send you money, Giovanni, let's say that I forget if it was you or somebody else. Let's say that you do retire into one of those cheap Asian countries and you're living your life in Thailand and you're having the greatest experience ever, right? And I want to send you some money. I'm going to send you $100. I'm going to go buy XRP, because if I'm going to send you $100 through the bank, let's say it's the weekend, you're not going to get the money till Monday, maybe Tuesday. I got to pay a $40 wire transfer fee on my $100 transaction. It's the dumbest thing you've ever heard of. And I want you to get the money now. I'm going to simply go out. I don't need to own any XRP to send it to you. I'm going to go out. I'm going to buy some XRP. I'm going to send it to you. And you're going to sell that XRP immediately for $100 worth of, I actually don't know what currency they use in Thailand. So, it did not require me to hold that at all. Let's say I want to send you and everybody else in this chat $100. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to buy $2,300 worth of XRP. I'm going to immediately send it out to all of you guys. And then, you live in Thailand, you live in Ireland, you live in Brazil, you live in Spain, you live in, whatever. All of you guys are immediately going to cash that out for your home currency. It was an immediate buy of $2,300, an immediate sell of $2,300. And it remains true if I want to sell it to send it to every single one of my subscribers, right? I'm going to go out there, 130,000 subscribers. That's 1.3 million, 13 million. I'm going to go buy $13 million worth of XRP. I'm going to send every one of my subscribers $100 worth, and then they're immediately going to cash it out. Now, that's my thought process on it, right? Institutions could own it for some reason. It doesn't make sense that they would want to own it or would need to own it if they're simply in the business of transferring money. If they're in the business of holding it as an asset and truly do believe that it's going to go up, yes, they can hold it and they're going to believe it's going to go up. But if they're simply transferring money, they do not need to be the holder. They're going to go out there, they're going to buy it off the blockchain, and they're going to transfer it. And then they're going to be fine, and then it's immediately going to get sold. They don't need to hold it in order to use it. 1 out of 2. Yes, Clay. I think you should mention the 400% bonus, the testnet launch, and that the airdrop and mainnet launch has been confirmed by the CEO and is launching this year by October. What are your thoughts on low cap meme coin Solmax. I like the 10% tax on buys, sells, and transfers, which goes to Solmax holders in the form of Solana. Well, we can look at Solmax. Right after I cough up this hairball. So good I sold all those contracts when the market was up. Almost free money on those covered calls. Very nice, Frank. Good deal, man. Also, mention that this is a huge pre-sale so far. Oh, yeah, dude. Biggest pre-sale I've seen. I'm definitely going to be mentioning that part. Bonus tokens, testnet launch, airdrop, mainnet launch, confirmed by the CEO, launching later this year by October. All right, sweet. I'm going to try and remember those. Thailand uses bot. Okay. Well, however many bot would equal $100 worth. Old rounder, you're a genius, dude. I don't know how you know that. Because of the XRP needs to be billions of transactions, so you need to buy more than one for lots of transactions. One XRP for billions of transactions makes... No. I'm not talking about... Yeah. Giovanni, I'm not talking about buying one XRP. If I'm going to give you $100, I'm buying... what is it, man? 50 XRP? Almost 50 XRP at the current prices? I'm sending you 50 XRP. You're cashing out that 50 XRP for your $100. If XRP was $100 per coin, you know, I'm going to go buy one coin at that point, send you the one coin, you're going to cash it out. I'm not going to send you just one XRP for billions of transactions. No, man. No. So, like, if I'm sending you that money, if I'm going to send you $100, I'm going to go buy 50 XRP and send it to you. If I'm sending everybody in here $2,500, I'm going out there and I'm buying, I don't know, 1,200 XRP, right? And dishing out 1,200 XRP to everybody in here. I'm still buying it, but you guys are immediately selling the 1,200 XRP. You're immediately selling the 50 XRP that I'm sending to you. I don't need to hold it to send you 50 XRP. I take my 100, I buy 50 XRP, I send you 50 XRP, you immediately sell 50 XRP in any sort of use case for money transactions. And it's still very beneficial, right? Because if I'm sending you $100, you might end up with $99 and like 95 cents, right? You might end up with that much with how fast and efficient Ripple is, and you're going to get it immediately. If I send you $100 through the bank, right, especially if it's to a different country, dude, you've got all of these crazy exchange fees. You've got not just the exchange rate and dealing with that, but they always charge you a stupid spread on the exchange rate, and you know it's going to take days for the banks to clear that transaction. So it still makes a lot of sense to use XRP, but every use is just an immediate sell that cancels out the buy. Let's see. Buddy, look at... Yeah, disclosure. Give me the contract address, man. Because I tried to look that up, and I have no idea where to find that. I tried to find it. Hope Shiba Inu Coin can go to 10 cents. I also hope that Shiba Inu Coin can one day go to 10 cents. We are all going to have a massive amount of money if Shiba Inu Coin makes it to 10 cents, man. $13 right now would turn into $130,000 or $100,000 for your $13. So if a country needs to do multiple transactions, they need to buy billions of XRP. Yes. Also, the burn rate is so low, but trillions of transactions per year, it adds up. Yeah, you're right. Giovanni, yes. If a country needs to do multiple transactions, or even one transaction, if they're transacting billions of dollars, they would go out there and they would buy billions of XRP. You are correct on that. But they would immediately sell those billions of XRP, right? And it's not like they would go buy billions of XRP and just transact in XRP. If that's the case, right? Great. Now all of a sudden, we forfeit all of our fiat currency. That's a different situation than what I'm picturing in my head. So if BRICS countries completely scrap the Russian ruble and the Brazilian real and the Chinese yuan or whatever it is, if they completely scrap their fiat currency, then yes, man, because they're going to be holding the XRP, and that's going to be their value as opposed to any fiat. I do not picture a future where countries give up their fiat. I don't. That's their control, man. It's their money, and essentially, like, that's their control over their citizens. I cannot see them giving up control, but 100%, dude. If they give up their fiat and only use XRP, then yeah, it is gonna be billions of XRP being bought up, trillions of dollars worth. These countries, dude, $1 billion for a country is dropping a bucket. They don't care about $1 billion. You guys have noticed that, dude. You see all the corruption that's taking place. We send $1 billion to just be wasted. We send it out multiple times a day, billions of dollars to be wasted. So countries don't care about billions, man. They care about trillions. And if that's the case, yeah, they will be buying up trillions of XRP. But they only hold it if they forfeit their own currency. And I do not see them forfeiting their own control. Currency is just control, dude. That's all that currency is control. But yeah, I see what you're saying in that situation. So then it makes sense that because it's deflationary, XRP will be going up, right? I'm so confused on how XRP can't go up to extraordinary prices. Yeah, Giovanni. If they so in my scenario, yes, it will require literally trillions of transactions to have any effect. It's almost like they burn like less than Shiba Inu Coin burns, right? So if there are trillions of transactions, they will be on a very good path to being deflationary. Right now, there's nowhere near enough. It's going to take 100,000 years to reduce the supply of XRP to anything significant. So yeah, you can't factor in burns and its deflationary process with the current thing. It's the same exact thing as Shiba Inu Coin. But if it's used to transact, the transaction themselves, in my opinion, will not have a dramatic effect on price. Deflationary aspect of it, it's got to be a lot of transactions to burn enough XRP to make its price rise dramatically. But it's a possibility, right? I like your other scenario a little bit better. It's going to make a lot more value for XRP if countries scrap their own currency and use XRP instead. But I don't see them doing that, man. I cannot see a country giving up control. I can't. For the better of the people, yeah, right. That ain't going to happen, man. Let's see. XRP will be used as a bridge between sender and receiver. But with millions of transactions per week, I see massive gains. Yeah, so Jeffrey, man, if it is the bridge, you guys are understanding it, right? You guys are definitely understanding it. It's just that you need a lot of transactions to make it actually deflationary in order to do. But, you're dead right. It's going to create value for it, man. PayPal is essentially just a bridge, right? Western Union is just a bridge. Cashapp is just a bridge for you to send money from one person to another. And you're talking about billion-dollar companies. You're talking about these companies making crap tons of money, and they're expensive. They're more expensive than XRP is. It is bigger, faster, stronger, better than PayPal. I mean, there's no doubt about that in my mind. And people hold PayPal, right? They buy PayPal to hold PayPal and watch its stock grow. But, they're still transacting in dollars and reais and yen and won and pounds and euros and so on. So I think you guys are on the right track with it. Also, what about the transaction if it takes over Swift? It's kind of the same deal, though, Giovanni. Same deal. The transactions will dramatically increase. The amount of transactions will dramatically increase. Let's see if... XRP transactions incur a very small fee, roughly 0.00001 XRP transmission, which is then burnt and removed from total supply. Okay, so how many zeros is this? So 100,000 transactions burns 1 XRP. 100,000 transactions burning 1 XRP. I mean, you need... What's 100 billion? Divided by... No, times 100,000. I don't even know what 1 to the 16th is. $100 billion times 1,000 is 100 trillion. Times 100 is, what is that, a quadrillion? You would need a quadrillion plus transactions to burn the supply. Yeah, quadrillion, 10 quadrillion. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to do it in my head because I don't know what 16 zeros is. But quadrillion or maybe 10 quadrillion. It's over 9,000. Yes, it is over 9,000. Quadrillion? That's over 9,000. Come here, baby girl. I don't want to scare you. It's a lot of transactions, man. That's a lot of transactions, but that's burning the supply down to 0, right? And I don't think anybody expects to burn it down to 0. Here's one other thing that should be a concern after the crap that we have seen take place over the last couple of days here. You read this right here. Total supply. Maximum is 100 billion with a significant portion held in escrow by Ripple. Let's just say that they did decide to vote. Let's just say that they did burn a significant portion of the XRP out there. There is literally nothing stopping them from saying, we need to issue more XRP. We cannot continue to transact with such small quantities of XRP. Even though they could, right? Even though they could, because the price of XRP would theoretically be moving higher and higher and higher every time they burned. So, you know, sending 100 XRP now, one day you might only be sending 1 XRP. So, theoretically, it could work itself out in the math there, but there's nothing stopping. Yeah, clear. Dude, Bronson, I got, like, the cat is messing me up all morning. There's nothing stopping XRP at that point, or Ripple at that point, from going out there and using this significant portion held in escrow by Ripple to vote to issue more XRP. And if you disagree with the fact that they would do that, that is exactly what Crypto.com just did. Completely ignored the community, went out there, because they own the majority of Kronos coin, they voted to give themselves 70 billion Kronos. So, to me, that would be a major concern. But yeah, you guys are definitely on the right track with all of these transactions and the utility and so on. I just asked AI, average of 500 million transfers between banks in the U.S. per week. let's see. So that's also assuming, right, that every bank transfer that takes place is using XRP as its intermediary. That's a pretty big assumption to make. But, my gosh, I'm gonna have to sneeze. 500 million, dude. 500 million per week. That still equals 20 million weeks, man. Whatever number I just had on the screen, 1 to the 16, divided by 500 million, is still 20 million weeks that it would take to destroy the price of XRP, the supply of XRP. So you do 1 to the 16, 1 with 16 zeros, divided by 500 million, you're still walking away with 20 million. It's 20 million weeks that it would take to reduce this. And I don't even know how many years 20 million weeks is. Way too many. What is that? Divided by 52. 384,000. 384,000 years. That's a lot of years, man. That's a lot of years. So, you know, the numbers sound, Jeffrey, the numbers sound very large. 500 million transfers between banks in the United States per week. 500 million transfers divided into that 1 to the 16 is 20 million. 20 million weeks to reduce the supply down to 0. That's too many weeks. We can't get there. That's assuming every transaction that banks make. Let's see. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'm working. Oh, gee, why you gotta work on the weekends, man? People get sick on the weekends. Tell them they can't come in until Monday. Could you imagine? I mean, doctors do it. Doctors don't work on the weekend. Like, doctor's office, like, you gotta go to the hospital emergency room, right? Yeah, you're sick. You can't come in until the weekend. Yeah, you broke your arm. We'll see you on Monday. Dude, I wouldn't doubt that they would do that. Other countries do that, I'm sure. Mo, we all working. I'll be working on the weekend too, Moji. No worries. You guys will see plenty of videos coming out. Okay, bros, have a great weekend. Lots to do. Looking forward to seeing the Block Dag video, my friend. Everyone, stay positive, stay healthy, stay safe. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if the Block Dag video will come out tonight or tomorrow, but I'm going to do a Block Dag video. I saw a story the other day. Bill Gates predicts that by 2030, the work week will be 2 days due to AI, robots taking over, coming from one of the world's rulers, worth heeding. The only way that I see that taking place, Gorilla, is, let's say the work week is 2 days a week, right? Everybody else, it's not like we're all going to be self-sufficient and on vacation the other 5 days out of the week. It's going to be a 2-day work week, or an average of a 2-day work week, because everybody at that point has been displaced, and everybody at that point is 100% reliant on their governments to take care of them. It's not going to be this beautiful. They're not going to let you not work and have your freedom and you know, be on vacation 5 days out of a 7-day week. They're going to utilize their labor as much as they can. Let's see. They're going to need to give us all universal basic income, and I hate that. Yeah, old rounder. You know, assuming that Bill Gates is right in that scenario, everybody will be reliant on their government, and nobody will be making a way for themselves. How can that work out? People still have weekly bills that keep climbing. Yeah, you're going to be reliant. If that's the case, right? I don't believe that's the case. They'll put you to work somehow, man. They will. Countries won't scrap their currency, but if a country needs to be sent to another, they first exchange for U.S. dollars, then convert their money. XRP eliminates U.S. banks. I don't. I mean, it might eliminate and hopefully it does eliminate the need to transfer through U.S. banks. But I don't think that XRP eliminates the need for a dollar. I don't think it does that. Till the next time, guys, it is 1 o'clock. I'm going to go blow my nose. Maybe even take a shower. I don't know. My allergies are kicking up a little bit, and I still got plenty of videos to do, so it's going to be annoying trying to record these videos if the allergies get any worse. Enjoy your weekend. Shout-outs to everybody. Moji, thank you very much for the super chat. Old Rounder, happy birthday. Jason, if you're still in here, he is still in here. Happy birthday to your wife. Hopefully you guys have a great day today. Enjoy your weekend. Shout-outs to Bronson, man. Bronson, Jeffrey, Alien Head, Moji, Bronson, Gorilla. Have a great one. Giovanni, see you later. Giovanni, Alien Head, Old Rounder, Bronson, Gorilla, Giovanni, Jason, Moji, Gorilla, Shannon, see you later. Alien Head, Gorilla, Old Rounder. All of you guys. You know what time it is. You want to say it with me? Say it with me. Till the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.